Today we are going to tackle a term you've probably heard 1,000 times by now, data science. You know, it's one of the most talked about, most revolutionary fields of our time. But what does it actually mean? Let's dive in and really pull back the curtain on this buzzword.
So to get us started, let's think about something we all know. How in the world does Netflix seem to read your mind? You know, suggesting that perfect movie you didn't even know you were looking for? Or how does Amazon recommend products that you suddenly feel like you can't live without? I promise you, it's not magic. The answer lies in data. A lot of data. And when I say a lot of data, I mean it. Get this. Every single day, humanity generates about 2.5 quintillion bytes of data. That's a 25 with 17 zeros after it. It's an amount that's almost impossible to wrap your head around, and it's growing faster every day. This absolute flood of data is the raw material that powers those eerily accurate recommendations. So where is all of this data even coming from? Well, the short answer is pretty much everywhere. It's completely woven into the fabric of our daily lives, generated by all the devices and platforms we use constantly, sometimes without even thinking about it.
I mean, think about a smart car. It's constantly tracking your routes, your speed, your vehicle's health, everything. And that data isn't just for you. It helps manufacturers understand how their cars are performing and could even help city planners figure out traffic patterns.
Or what about your social media feed? Every single like, every share, every video you binge watch on Instagram or Facebook, it all contributes to this massive data pool. It's like we're all leaving this huge digital footprint of our interests and interactions.
And it goes even deeper than you might think. Even your internet-connected coffee machine could be sending data about your habits. This is all part of what we call the Internet of Things, or IoT, this huge network of everyday objects that collect and share data, painting an incredibly detailed picture of our world.
And of course, your smart TV is tracking all your viewing habits, which helps services understand what shows are actually a hit and, what they should probably make next. All of these devices, all connected, are creating a literal ocean of data.
But here's the thing. Just having a ton of data isn't useful on its own. It's mostly noise. The real challenge, and honestly the whole point of data science, is to find the hidden story, to find that meaningful signal inside all of that static. At its core, that's what data science is. It's this transformative process. It takes all of that raw, messy, meaningless data and turns it into real, actionable strategy. It allows companies to move from just guessing to actually knowing when they make those big business decisions. And this is a brilliant, kind of funny example. By analyzing sales data, someone at Walmart discovered this really strange pattern. Right before a hurricane was about to hit, sales of strawberry Pop-Tarts would just skyrocket. It's a bizarre insight, but it was incredibly valuable because it allowed them to stock their shelves accordingly. See, finding these hidden stories isn't luck. It's a process. So how do they actually do it? Well, to uncover these insights, a data scientist has to act a lot like a detective. They have a specific toolkit and a very methodical process for cracking the case. Yeah, when they're faced with a tough question, a data scientist doesn't just guess. They really become an investigator. They follow leads in the data, looking for clues, for odd characteristics, and for patterns that might help them solve the puzzle.
And their process usually follows 3 key steps. First up is data exploration. This is where they just dive into the data to get a feel for it, to see if there are any initial patterns or trends. You can think of it like surveying the crime scene. Next, and this is often the hardest part, is data wrangling. This means cleaning up the evidence, fixing errors, filling in missing pieces, making sure everything is consistent. Because you can't solve a case with messy evidence, right? And finally, they move to data modeling. That's where they use that nice, clean data to build and test a theory, creating a model that can actually predict what might happen in the future.
But wait a second, how can anyone possibly sift through quintillions of bytes of data? Humans can't do that alone. And that's where the most powerful tool in the detective's kit comes in: machine learning.
See, back in the day, data was pretty small and structured. It was all neatly organized in spreadsheets that simple tools could handle. But today, we're dealing with massive, messy, unstructured data. Things like images, text from social media, and videos. To make any sense of that, we need machine learning algorithms. These are basically sets of rules that let a computer learn from data all by itself and adapt as it goes. And you interact with these algorithms every single day. Netflix's recommendations, Facebook's spooky ability to automatically tag your friends in photos, Google's amazing spam filter, and of course, Amazon's product suggestions.
All of it is powered by machine learning working quietly in the background.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. We've got these huge amounts of data, and we've got these incredibly powerful tools to analyze it. But so what? Why does any of this actually matter to you? What's the big picture here?
Well, here's the key takeaway. Data science is the discipline that turns the absolute chaos of raw, overwhelming data into real clarity. It gives businesses and people the power to move beyond just guesswork and start making decisions based on actual evidence. And that leads to better products, more efficient services, and just smarter choices for everyone.
And that leaves us with one final, pretty deep thought. We now have the ability to find answers hidden within data on a scale that was unimaginable just a few years ago. So the real question for the future is no longer just about finding the answers. It's about making sure that we are asking the most important and the most impactful questions in the first place.